The drama surrounding the Cleveland Browns has reached a boiling point, and the moment fans have been waiting for is finally here. After weeks of speculation, mounting frustration, and performances that could only be described as catastrophic, Kevin Stefanski has broken his silence. The head coach, who has been measured and cautious with his words all season long, finally gave the clearest indication yet that change is not only coming but inevitable. And at the center of that change is none other than Shedeur Sanders. For the first time, Stefanski acknowledged that the rookie quarterback, the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, is firmly in the mix to start. That means the Browns' future is no longer a hypothetical conversation. It's knocking at the door, demanding to be let in. But this revelation didn't come in a vacuum. It arrived on the heels of a meltdown, a performance from Joe Flacco so riddled with errors, so riddled with missteps, that even the most loyal defenders of the veteran quarterback could no longer make excuses. Against the Detroit Lions, Flacco didn't just falter, he collapsed. And the consequences may have just opened the door for Shedeur Sanders to take over the reins. The Lions game was supposed to be Flacco's statement, his redemption, his chance to remind the league that even after 17 years he could still deliver. Instead, it turned into a nightmare. A pick six to Lions safety Kerby Joseph. A fumble that shifted momentum squarely into Detroit's favor. 2 interceptions that weren't just mistakes, they were backbreakers. By the end of the game, Flacco's stat line read like a warning label. 16 completions on 34 attempts, 184 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and that costly fumble. For a quarterback with his resume, it wasn't just bad. It was inexcusable. Stefanski, usually careful with his words, let his frustration show in his post-game remarks. He didn't name names, but the message was clear. The Browns cannot continue to live and die on mistakes like this. Not on the road. Not in games that matter. Not when their margin for error is razor thin. The implication was obvious. Flacco's leash, if it wasn't already cut, had grown dangerously short. The ripple effects of that disastrous performance were immediate. For the first time all season, Stefanski began hinting at what many fans had already been shouting from the stands. Shedeur Sanders is ready, and the Browns may have no choice but to give him the keys. And make no mistake, Shedeur hasn't been shy about his readiness. Long before this moment, he boldly declared that he was better than many quarterbacks currently playing in the NFL. At the time, some dismissed it as youthful bravado, the kind of confidence you expect from a prospect still waiting for his shot. But after watching Flacco crumble, Sanders' words ring differently now. They don't sound like arrogance. They sound like prophecy. Imagine the contrast. On one side, you have Flacco, a veteran, a Super Bowl champion, but a man whose game has deteriorated under the spotlight. On the other side, Shedeur Sanders, a rookie, yes, but one who has displayed poise, confidence, and a fearlessness that has carried him from Jackson State to Colorado and now into the NFL conversation. When he says he can outplay some of the quarterbacks starting right now, is it really that hard to believe? After what Cleveland fans just witnessed against Detroit, the answer is no. Flacco, to his credit, didn't duck responsibility. He stood in front of reporters, acknowledged the pick six, and made it clear that the mistake wasn't on Jerry Jeudy, the receiver who slipped on the route. It was on him. But apologies and accountability don't change the scoreboard. They don't erase the interceptions. They don't inspire confidence in a locker room desperate for a spark. And they certainly don't make up for the fact that the Browns are now in a position where every game is make or break. That's why Stefanski's subtle but pointed comments matter so much. He didn't just acknowledge mistakes. He spoke about correcting them, about needing better play, about not being able to afford such errors. And behind those words was the unspoken truth. Joe Flacco may have just played his last meaningful snap as the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Enter Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur is more than just a rookie. He's a symbol of something bigger. Of change, of belief, of a new chapter for a franchise that has been searching for a true franchise quarterback for decades. His confidence isn't bluster, it's a reflection of how he's been raised, of the relentless standard set by his father, and of the countless hours he's put into his craft. He doesn't shy away from the pressure. He embraces it. And when he looks at the state of quarterback play in the NFL right now, he doesn't see a reason to wait. He sees an opportunity. Stefanski himself has started to lean into that narrative. For weeks, his comments on Sanders were tempered, cautious, as though he didn't want to rush the rookie into the spotlight. But after the Detroit game, that tone shifted. Suddenly, Sanders isn't just a name on the roster. He's a serious contender, a real option, and the conversation has shifted from if to when. The writing is on the wall, and even Flacco seems to know it. His career, built on steady veteran leadership and flashes of brilliance, is nearing its end. His Super Bowl run in Baltimore feels like a lifetime ago, and what remains is a quarterback struggling to keep up with the demands of today's game. Meanwhile, Sanders waits, patient but restless, knowing his chance is coming. What makes this story even more compelling is Shedeur's mindset. Despite the chaos, despite the frustration, he has stayed composed. He's made it clear that he believes everything happens for a reason, that God has a plan, and that his time will come. He's frustrated, yes. How could he not be? But he hasn't let that frustration consume him. Instead, he's turned it into fuel, holding on to his faith and waiting for the moment when preparation meets opportunity. And that moment may be now. The Browns' quarterback room is in transition. Dillon Gabriel has seen snaps, but even Stefanski seems to know that Sanders is the one with the ceiling to transform the franchise. With every passing week, with every mistake from Flacco, the path becomes clearer. Cleveland is not just inching toward Shedeur Sanders, it's sprinting toward him. The future is closer than anyone imagined, and it's no longer about potential. It's about readiness. Is Shedeur Sanders truly prepared to handle the weight of being QB1 in Cleveland? Stefanski seems to think so, and the fans are desperate for it. The franchise has been searching for its identity, and Sanders has the talent, the confidence, and the poise to provide it. Joe Flacco's collapse against the Lions wasn't just another bad game, it was the tipping point. It was the moment that shifted the narrative from hesitation to inevitability. It was the performance that may have permanently opened the door for Shedeur Sanders to take over as QB1 of the Cleveland Browns. So now the question becomes, not for Kevin Stefanski, not for Joe Flacco, not even for Shedeur Sanders, but for you, the fans. Do you believe Sanders is ready to take on the mantle of starting quarterback? Do you think he has what it takes to not just survive but thrive under the weight of Cleveland's expectations? Should Stefanski make the move immediately, or should Sanders wait a little longer before stepping into the fire? And most importantly, is this the beginning of a new chapter in Browns history, one led by the son of Deion Sanders, or just another moment of false hope in a franchise defined by quarterback chaos? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Shedeur is the answer Cleveland has been searching for? How soon do you want to see him under center? And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a second of the drama unfolding in Cleveland. Because one thing is certain, the Browns' future is being written right now, and Shedeur Sanders is at the heart of it.